the Power Five markets that you have highlighted there, Egypt, Nigeria, South Africa, Morocco, and Algeria being the Power Five there. But I just want to isolate some of the two biggest economies on the continent being South Africa and Nigeria. Yes, they host the largest number of consumers, but then these two countries are also not in the best economic shapes. Should companies be looking to do more business here?
It's hard to ignore these markets given their sheer size. Nigeria and South Africa are in a different place. South Africa has a much more mature consumer market with large firms that have an extensive modern retail footprint, but it's a market that you can't ignore. And there's pockets of opportunity, pockets for optimization. Nigeria is much less mature, has over 50 million people in the consumer class. When we look at a continent level, there's definitely a Nigeria story. 10 of the top 50 city markets in terms of the size of the consumer class are in Nigeria. We've actually seen the consumer class grow by roughly 140% over the last decade. So it's an exciting market that's less mature that can't be ignored. SA, similar thing. It's got its challenges, but for those that aren't already in the marketplace, they have to look at it. It's just a key part of a regional strategy.
All right, so breaking it down to the city level now, where Cairo, Lagos, and Johannesburg essentially top the list for the 80% of the continent's urban consumer class. I mean, what is it about these cities that are buzzing for multinationals?
Yeah, the sheer size, the absolute size of some of the mega city markets, they just pop on so many different levels. Where the top 50 African cities have over 110 million people in the consumer class. That's directly actionable for go-to-market strategies, and you're able to see clustering of these consumers in certain marketplaces where you're able to do a regionalized strategy. So yes, Cairo, no surprises, top of the list. Lagos way up there, Joburg way up there. But there's some really interesting secondary level insights. Say, for example, if you look into Southern Africa, the top 5 cities in terms of the consumer class outside of SA, places like Luanda, Harare, Maputo, Lusaka, Huambo, collectively, their consumer class is about the same size as Joburg, which I suspect many SA firms wouldn't know. They would maybe have some anecdotal evidence, but as firms look into the region, those kinds of numbers become very strategic, and then you're able to even nail down or zoom in even more at a neighborhood level to look at those concentrations of target customers. So this is really new information, hasn't been possible at this granularity or this geographic breadth until we did it, and we're very excited about the results and how practical they can be for many of your viewers and consumer-facing companies across the continent.
Well, Ben, we will leave it there. Thanks so much for your time. That was Ben Leo, who is the CEO of Fraym and ex-director of African Affairs at the White House, who joined us there via Skype. Right, time for a short break. When we return, we talk